If you want to get ad-free access of our rawest, unedited, and uncensored catches, exclusive live streams, and behind-the-scenes phone calls, join our locals for the low price of just $10 a month. And don't forget to get yourself something new like our exclusive Air Gordon t-shirt, only on PredatorPoachers.com.
How's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, is there a Matthew here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got a packet full of papers for him here.
Okay. Can I ask what it's about?
I'm not exactly too sure myself.
Or can I see him?
Yes, I mean, that's up to him. I mean, he can show you when he gets them, that's fine.
I'm his father.
I do understand. Like,
Is he being served?
No.
Okay, hang on. Matthew? Go on. Guys have some papers here. Well, I mean, sorry for all it is. Open door.
How's it going, man?
Good.
Good. Gordon, nice to meet you.
Matthew.
It's about some messages to me that's been talking to you. Do you want to go talk about it out here, or?
I'll come talk to you. I'll come talk to you.
Okay, no problem.
I'm his dad.
Nice to meet you.
Matthew's. So
Oh, okay.
I'll let you know that from the get-go.
All right, well, I'll tell you what's going on then. So, I mean, I would like to talk to him about it because I figured maybe that could be the case, but do you kind of have like an idea of what I'm about to say, or?
He's probably just talking to her and what would not be considered normal conversation.
Right,
Had some
right.
issues in the past because he does not recognize, he doesn't realize how it comes across sometimes.
Right.
And the only reason I'm talking to you is because he doesn't know you, so he's going to shut down and just be like a brick.
Yeah, I understand.
So, and I've got a 33-year-old daughter too. So I've been in your shoes before. So
Sure.
So, has it been inappropriate? Has it been nature?
I mean, it's everything you could possibly think of.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there like, I mean, if he is, like, I understand. I mean, I would just like to go over some of it with him. And I mean, I'm not saying that you don't know or do a bad job, but I'm thinking maybe a third party just like kind of drilling it in him. Obviously, I'm not going to hurt him or scream at him or anything,
Right.
but I think going over it would be.
We've talked to him on a semi-usual basis. I go through his iPad and say, okay, who's her? I don't know. Then why the hell is she on your deal?
Right.
You know, when he got done with high school, most of his friends got married. That's me.
Okay.
Most of his friends got married. Most of his friends went off and went to college and whatnot.
Sure.
He stayed here.
Right.
He is probably at a 7th grade level, probably somewhere in there.
Right.
So I apologize because, like I said, I've been on both sides of this.
Right.
I still thank God my daughter didn't marry the guy that she was running around with the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife's an educator. I can get her out here too to see. But like I said, talking to somebody he doesn't know, he's just going to clam up.
Well, would it be possible, like, maybe can we all just come out here and y'all can just talk to him? But I do want to go over the messages with him present because, like, I think it's definitely important. Man, these people off their rocker are definitely a problem.
That's my wife.
How's it going, ma'am? That's my mom's name. Yes, Gordon, nice to meet you.
And your name is again?
Gordon.
Gordon.
Nice to meet you. Well, sorry it's under these circumstances, no, but you know. Yeah, so Matthew has been texting someone who he probably should not have been texting online. Matthew, do you want to kind of fill him in on who he is?
I don't know anybody named.
Okay. Well, it's the girl that was just messaging you on Facebook like today. Like I have the messages. Like it's just sure. Yeah, absolutely. Here it's just kind of this girl right here, man.
I don't know anybody like that.
All right. Well, okay. Matthew, look, dude. I mean, your parents obviously care about you. I think we should just be honest about it because we have the picture right here. Like, I mean, you're not nobody's here to like scream at you or to, you know, cause any trouble or anything like that. Like, I think it's something that we should just get talked about, dude. That's all. Okay. So, do you want to kind of tell them like how y'all met, or you don't want to let them know?
Do you now know what he's talking about?
A little bit.
Okay, this one's January. Which one's today?
Well, it's been going on for that long. Like I don't have just right. So.
Remember when I told you about like with Fumu? That because of her age and your age, it's a friend of ours. Mm-hmm. Okay, same thing applies here. If this man wants to, he can press charges and your ass can go to jail. And there ain't a thing I know about it.
Yeah, I mean, Matthew, or like, you tell him like how old is. I'm just expecting honesty to your parents, man. That's all. I'm not. Again, I understand there's some stuff going on. I don't want to cause you any issues, but I think we should just all be honest about it, so this doesn't happen again, right? Because not everybody with these messages would probably be as understanding as I am. Surely not her dad. So, how old is dude?
I don't know.
All right. Well, what did she tell you? I mean, I do have it right here, so I think it's a big step towards accountability if you just tell them, because I mean I do have the messages right here. And
how old did she tell you she was?
12.
Okay, was that hard to get out of your mouth?
No.
Right. So I do want to. I'm not going to read all of these. I do want to spare you, obviously, from hearing some of this stuff, but I'm just going to show Dad here. Matthew, were there any, or actually I think it's probably better if it's just orated rather than shown. Were there any inappropriate pictures sent to Mandy, Matthew?
Maybe one by accident.
Okay, what would that picture have been of? Because I definitely don't want to show your parents, but I think just telling them is probably better.
I don't want to say.
You don't want to say? Okay, well...
Are you embarrassed to say it?
Yep.
Okay, just say it.
Embarrassed?
No. See what we did with something.
I understand. Yeah, I got you.
What was the picture of? Was that of your hand?
Mm-mm.
Your foot?
Nope.
Your
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, obviously I'm going to spare y'all from seeing that, but, you know, he did send, oops, excuse me. He sent that, it wasn't just once, it was twice.
What time of the day or morning was it sent?
There was no indication of like, oh, he's at this hour, so he's doing. It was just all throughout the day. I mean, okay. even a few minutes ago, he was just talking about just, you know. So, I mean, Matthew, I'm not going to read all of these, but I'm going to go over some of them just so your parents understand somewhat the full grasp of this.
You realize that if he took that defeating, that Yvette would come out here, or Perkins would come out here, or anybody else in the police department would come out here, arrest your ass and take you to jail,
yeah.
And there ain't there ain't nothing we're gonna do about that. There's nothing we can do about it. And then you're gonna sit down in jail until you see the judge. And then you're gonna go to trial, and then you're gonna go out here for 5 or 10 years, and you're gonna have a guy his size or bigger make you his boyfriend until you get out of prison. And you're not going to be able to fart ever again. You're going to go, that's it. She's 12 years old. How would you feel if somebody sent messages to John like that? John. Or how would you feel if somebody sent messages to like that? Her age. Would not be this nice and knows you very, very well. Probably put a in your ass before he ever said anything to you about it. Have I ever talked to you about this before?
Yes.
How many times?
Too many.
Exactly. Exactly. The only thing that's keeping you from going to jail is him. Not me, him. And if I was as big as him, I'd grab you by the head and go and let your ass fall out on your head.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that, obviously, but I mean, you know, like I said, a lot of people with these messages in their hands probably wouldn't be too happy, dude. So.
And here's the other thing. What if he was an undercover cop going, I'm 12 years old. Would you like to? Oh, yes, I would. You want to see a picture of my? Oh, yes. And then you go to jail because it's an undercover sting operation, because they're like you, they do this all over the place and end up little girls.
Yeah, Matthew.
You know better than that.
It's the exact same crime, whether the kid's real or not.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the intent on your part that makes it, you know, that it's called the mens rea, Matthew. It's the criminal intent. But
who do you work for?
It's a group called Kid Protectors USA. So we're private. Obviously, I'm not a cop. I don't think cops wear Beavis and Butthead shirts, but I'm not a cop.
No, but I retired from the fire service.
Thanks for your service.
Year.
Yeah.
And this is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously y'all didn't raise him like this, and there's only so much y'all can do with a grown man doing this. It's not y'all's responsibility.
Well, he's grown. He's 23 years old.
Right.
But his male IQ is what, 61?
Something around there. It's in the low 60s, yeah.
She's a retired educator.
Well, he'd be the smartest person in a certain continent, but
well, yeah, or DC.
Yeah.
But
that was funny.
But I just. This has been talked about numerous times, but mentally he's just. It's a struggle.
Well, I mean,
and it's not in defense.
Yeah, no, I get you.
But it's a struggle, and you know, there's anything that firemen don't like is you typing on the internet to some big guy that's 12 years old because we're laughing at your. Because when you show up with a 6-pack of Cokes and a bottle of champagne and 12-pack of condoms, hi, I'm Chris Matthews with Dayline NBC. And you're off. And you're off. No, I'll tell you later. But you know what I mean.
Yes. So Matthew, I mean, some of these messages here, man. I mean, I guess what was this is truly like, what was the appeal to you of asking a 12-year-old, would you like to have sex with me?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking.
Well, I mean, I think you were, because you know, the first thing, you know, when we asked like how old was she, you're like, I don't even know who she is. So did you know this was not, you weren't supposed to be doing this? Like, did you know that this probably wasn't the right thing to do?
Not the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, he's had to reprimand you about this for a lot, and eventually, you know, the secret's going to get out. He can't stop it every time, man. Now I come to the house, and then you do it again. It's probably not going to be me at the house. Like, you know, you're not only like hurting children when you do this, dude. You're affecting your parents, who obviously are not telling you to do this. They didn't raise you like this. I mean, they're giving you a roof, dude. They're giving you a roof. And you're taking a dump all over. You're taking a dump all over these people.
You know what he means by that?
Nope.
You're on me. You're on your mom because you're just doing whatever. I can't trust you when you're on the other side of the wall. I can't trust you. You won't have an electronic anything when I get done with this. I guarantee something to you. You're not going to have electronic anything when I get done.
And you realize once pictures go out on the internet or anything else,
this out there until
forever.
You die. Because
you
now
can delete it off of your phone or whatever. It don't matter.
Yeah, because guess what? He's got a copy of it, and the thing of it is How many times have I told you that somebody you think, all those times I go in and I say, who is this? Oh, no. What's your name? Oh, no. Okay, who's this? Oh, no. Okay. You know how many times I've done it, right?
Yes.
Okay. You know how many times I've told you there could be a big old guy pretending to be a girl that you're talking to? That there ain't no proof? If you don't know who it is, then you have no idea who you're really talking to. How many times have I told you that?
Too many.
Too many. Well, guess what? There she is. Ain't she cute? Does she look 12?
Nope.
Yeah, and this was...
And now this starts to file on you, and they're going to start running a file on you until they come pick you up.
This was just a message he sent not long ago at all. This was just probably a couple minutes before I got here, but what happened if I am your and it hurting you too much? Would you tell me to stop or keep going? I mean, this is to a 12-year-old.
I'm getting ready to put you in the mouth. I'm getting ready to use. So guess what? I'm in seminary, and my kid's doing this. Guess what? I get kicked out of seminary for this. All my work and all my studying and everything else is gonna be for nothing.
What seminary?
To become a pastor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, dude. Like I said, it doesn't only affect kids; it affects your whole family too. Because even though it's not fair, somehow now it's their reputation. It's their reputation now because of your actions, man. I mean, do you love these people right here? Okay.
What do you think would think? What do you think would think? Your best friend that you had dinner with last night. What do you think would think of you?
That I'm stupid.
Yeah. What do you think would think?
Same.
How about?
Same.
How about?
I don't know.
You think she'd say, "Oh, that's cool, Matthew"?
Yeah.
No, I knew something was up when he had the double mics right here. I knew something was up.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
why I asked him, are you being served? Because last time some big old guy showed up and said, "Can I talk to so and he has paper in his hand?" I got served my divorce papers. And I had forgotten that. That was 1995. And I can remember that like yesterday. And I had 5 minutes to pack and get my ass out of the house. But guess what? I wasn't going to go to prison for that. You can go to prison for this. You can be out there with your son out in the prison unit because he was a total dumbass. But I'm not going to come spend every weekend and come see you. I'm going to let you up. Gosh damn it, son.
Yeah, and Matthew, it's not stupidity that does this. It's weakness, man. I mean, stupidity is driving drunk or, whatever. This is something. I mean, obviously this is a problem. I mean, like what apps besides Facebook is this happening on with these kids, man?
Just Facebook.
Just Facebook? Okay.
Maybe go get his iPad out of his room.
Are these kids like sending you anything inappropriate or?
No.
No? Okay. Because there's been quite a few times where you've sent them inappropriate pictures. I mean, I'm only going to print out so many times. I mean, like, tell your dad, dude. How many times do you think you sent a kid a dick pic, bro?
Too many.
No, I want a number.
I don't know.
Get your fingers out and start counting.
I don't know what number.
Well, what do you think the most accurate number is, Matthew? If you had to guess a number, how many kids have you sent your to?
9.
9? Is this where he does it on, or does he have a phone?
He's got a phone too. Unlock it.
Matthew, are you talking to these kids on your phone or on the tablet, man?
On phone.
All right. Well, you should probably bring him your phone too.
No, he go get his phone.
I think it's in his pocket.
I'll go get it.
No.
Where is it?
In my drawer.
Matthew, is there going to be anything inappropriate of kids on that phone or anything? Because now's the time to just tell the truth about it, man.
You better come clean.
Maybe.
Okay. What are those pictures?
People without clothes on.
Okay, how old are those people without clothes on?
27.
27?
27.
Okay, is there anything under 18 with no clothes on?
You better be honest.
No.
You better be honest.
No.
I'm assuming you have an idea of what that number is.
With what?
Most.
Can you check if there's this app called Telegram on there? That's one that a lot of people use, unfortunately, to do this type of stuff. Just go, and if you don't mind, can you just go through his photo gallery as well, just to see if he's
Yeah, I
good?
do that on a basis.
53,000 photos. God damn, man.
Are you serious? No wonder you ain't got no damn room. Holy. See, now, like, I'll see stuff like this, and I'm like, who's that?
Right,
Who's
right.
That? Who's that? I mean, you can ask my wife. Really? Matthew? Now, we do have a fascination about, and I've told him, I said, I'm going to let you watch a real delivery, and that'll take care of that off your mind.
Yeah, yeah, of course. That's something he sent. He actually sent to this kid here.
Now, is this a kid or is this y'all?
Well, we have it's a watchdog group, but obviously, in this case it was us. But the 9 others he sent pictures to, that would not be us. But yeah, he sent the same photo to us. I was a kid, but
And we have found a couple of those before, and because I'll just pull a random, bring me your phone.
Right.
Why? Just bring me your phone.
right. Well,
And so because, I mean, we don't play this.
right, of course.
I've been in some situations where I've been the responder, and it's all you can do, just not to be some man sitting there eating Cheetos and has an orange sitting in the beanbag chair in his mom's basement.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay, who's?
I don't know.
Oh, but here's her profile. Oh, she's in Arizona. Where's Arizona?
No,
Which direction?
I don't know.
Northeast, southwest.
North?
That's. There's no connection to. And I'm not saying that as an excuse. I mean, it's just.
yeah, I know. I get
one
it.
does not excuse the other.
No.
Obviously.
The action is the action, though.
And what have I told you for a long time that if this keeps up, that's who you're gonna go talk to? I go to his ranch every week.
Aston?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Matthew, man. I mean, they're
Pastor Rick your ass?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe will too. I'm sorry, go ahead.
How old were the other kids he sent pictures to?
Much older.
Much older? How old were they?
21.
I'm asking about, you said you sent your to 9 kids. How old were those kids? I don't care about the adults, man.
Let's see. You better think about
I'm
it
thinking.
honestly before you come up with a number.
Like, were they 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Like,
They're older than that.
so
Tell me
Older
the
than-
age. Tell me all the ages. Let's go that way.
18 to 24.
8?
18, 24. What about the rest?
And up from that old.
How do you know?
Just guessing.
What did you say that's on the apps there showing all his phone?
yeah, no, it would be Telegram, but it's not.
Telegram.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, but Matthew, this right here, it's no accident. This is not the first kid you talked to who was underage. Do you know what underage is?
Somebody that's not old enough
Right. So how many people? So
What's that number?
to open below.
No.
oh my gosh.
See, that's
Right.
kind of what we find.
Right.
It's not an excuse.
No, I understand. It's just a circumstance. I get it.
It's not the first time we've dealt with it. I mean, not with anybody else. Just here in the house.
Of course.
It's been. How many times?
But we didn't know the ages.
No, but when I go through here and look, and it's who's this? I don't know. I mean, you want to know why he doesn't have why he has problems? What is this? Real what? Flavor mosaic. Okay. But how many times have we gone through his phone and that's going down some app.
That's Snapchat right there.
Snapchat. I never went on Snapchat after I found out Hillary Clinton had it. And I ask you, who are these people? I don't know. Have we ever had that conversation before? Ever? Have we ever had that conversation before?
Yes.
Once?
More than once.
More than once. So we're part of no doesn't mean no.
I wasn't thinking.
No, that's not an excuse. You're not going to be thinking some big guy this size is going to be making you his toy for 10 years. You have no idea what goes on at prisons. You have no idea what goes on at the jail. I do, because I've been there. You get ready to play ball with a whole nother team of guys that you have no idea what they're like. I'm a grown man. I spent 14 years in the military. I spent 30 years in 27 years here. I spent 40 years of service taking care of other people that get hurt and set their house on fire or whatever happens. And then you're going to do this in my house? You can go sleep underneath an overpass and you won't have a phone, and then that way you won't have nothing else to do but sit there and shiver and be cold and wet. And I won't care. If he was a police officer, do you think I could stop him from taking you away?
No.
No. Mm-mm. Maybe I need to get some of my police friends to come over here and let you feel what handcuffs feel like when they bite into your wrist. Or grins. Maybe that's what we need to do. Just have them come out and and let you fall. Because they don't have to file a report if they do that. This is getting out of our control, Matthew. You're going to prison, you're going to jail, and we're not going to see you for another, hell, I might be dead by the time you get out of prison. You know how many years son's in prison for?
No.
30. So you be my age when you get out of jail, and you won't have a dime to your name, and nobody's going to want to mess with you. My captain did to another captain's daughter, and he went to prison, and nobody talks that much because nobody wants to be around him. Still this day. And Mom would tell you, if you want to see my yard, I'm going to probably throw candy on the ground and say, he was trying to get you to come out and play with it. That's what people do to offenders, and that's what you are. Because you're 24 and the person you thought you were talking to, it makes you. That goes against their ethics out at the jail. They don't do that. Now, it's pretty sad when and people that rob and gun and carjack people, and that goes against their standards because you're below that. And
you know what that means?
No.
I knew that.
Is a offender.
No, below that.
What?
Yeah, Matthew, even people that people cannot stand someone who goes and harms a kid.
Yeah. They'll stick you in prison. They'll stick you in jail or whatnot. You understand that?
Yeah.
They'll sit there and they'll kill you because that's below their rules.
Wait. The
The
premiere in the premiere?
Hi.
It's a premierception.
It's a stream show that ready to go live.
Oh, okay.
That was like,
I was like, that's not one of my ringtones.
Yeah, restarting here?
Matthew, you're getting ready to just go in a whole direction that you're never going to come out of.
Yeah, Matthew, this message right here, so a citation of a minor, whether it's a real minor or not, is 2 to 20 years in prison. I am thinking about you on top of me right now on your bed, and we were both without clothes on, have sex in the shower in the bathtub. That right there could just be, that's it, dude. And then being a sex offender, I mean, there's just nothing, dude. There's nothing. Because your sentence as a sex offender is lifelong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And guess what? Mom can go and find out, anybody we know can go up on the sex offender website and find out where you live.
Yeah, there's no carjacker registry. You wouldn't know this guy's a carjacker next to you unless he would tell you or something. There's no theft registry. There's no disorderly conduct registry. Only just offenders, dude.
That's because they're down here. You realize how close you are to going to prison?
You're close.
No, you're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're like standing right here, straddling the door. And all he has to do is turn in one of those papers and you're going in. And there's nothing I can do. Guess what? Certain friends of yours are going to find out because they're going to gnaw your ass. And I'm going to make sure that happens. And you're not going to have an electric anything. You lost your phone. You lost your iPad. You lost your iPhone. I mean, your iWatch.
It doesn't even connect to my phone.
I don't give a shit. You're going to lose it anyway. You're going to learn how to tell time with hands. Like the rest of us did.
Does he drive?
Yes. But he can't. Driving's one of those things that is not a bad problem. If he now does he go where he's not supposed to? No, because we watch that.
Mm-hmm.
But
he will tell you everything everybody else does wrong on that.
yeah.
I see.
And he can also tell you when he sees that car again, he'll tell you exactly where he saw it the first time, in my yard. Because there's damage on the front right corner, and you know.
Yeah.
But you don't understand how close you are to just disappearing for the rest of your life. So I'm going to do everything I can to keep you from you, and pray to God that He has mercy on you, that you're just a file in a file cabinet. They're going to be watching you, because obviously they've been for a while, because that's what these people do. They're detectives on the internet to find like you.
Yeah, Matthew, this better not happen again, dude. I will not be the one showing up if it does. I mean, like, there's nobody on this block that would read these messages and just do anything but want to just, you know, wish for the worst for you. You know what I mean?
If they read those messages and then they said, "Who sent this?" they would be floored, and then they wouldn't want. They just were like, "I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he did that." Damn amount they've done nothing but serve this community for 30 years, help kids, do all kinds of things for kids, and then this is what they have in the house? Not having it.
Yeah, then it looks bad on them too, because they're not the ones who, it's not their fault, but, you know, it's when you drop a bomb on something, it doesn't only just go for the one target, it kind of, you know, damages things around it, you know? So.
Yeah, collateral damage can be a bitch. And now you're on their radar. So the next time you fart...
Honey, you're going to be on their radar for years and years and years.
True. Absolutely. Next year, the year after.
On like you.
They're going to be watching every step you make when you're 40, 50 years old.
Because there are guys that are my age that sit there and send shit out there like that.
Oh, yeah.
There are guys like him. There are guys as big as him. I just realized where I know you're from. You're from the Christmas Story. You're the lumberjack. there are guys like him that they pop him left and right, you know. He went and tried to pick up this 14-year-old that she was going to meet him in Gateway. It happens all the time, Matthew. Happens all the time. These guys are stupid. These guys are absolutely stupid. You have a little bit of something else going on, but that's not an excuse for you doing it. Not at any point you say. That's not that's the little you that's trying to do that. And what have I told you before? Any girl that you try to go out with that's obviously over 18, that's not what she wants in somebody. You know what they would do to you if they caught you doing this over in Saudi Arabia? They'd cut your off. And you just have a hole for you to pee out of, and that's it. That's what they would do, Matthew. I can't even tell you.
Yeah, there would be no reason for you to say, I think the reason why I get is that I think I have a load inside my I need to somebody's ass. My needs somebody my needs to be empty of the my I mean, Matthew, this is
where did you even get that?
Yeah.
That's not even your talking.
No.
What are you looking at that you're copying that?
I know he's doing. I'm pretty sure I know what he's doing. Yeah, he's watching and then he's writing it down or he's reading some story.
Because that's especially if it's spelled correctly.
Well, there were some grammatical mistakes there. Yeah, it wasn't.
I mean, get out of high school was a struggle.
Right.
We've been in committee since second grade.
Oh no, he's
First
been
grade?
in since he was 4. You
Yeah.
started him at 4.
I mean, I was taking him to speech therapy at 4.
Right.
Everything
right.
else, yeah.
Like I said, it's not an excuse.
No,
I
understand. I understand.
You know, but you cannot, and I've told you this over and over and over, you cannot do this. You can't because, like I said, there's your 12-year-old girl. You want to go stick your in him?
No.
Well, that's the one you're talking to. Why don't you go over there and give him a hug? See? It isn't what you think it is it?
No.
Because I told you that these girls you don't know who they are. Right?
No.
Yeah, Matthew, I'm gonna give your parents these messages right here, and I'll
Don't worry, he has more.
I do, but you know, I hope that we go full accountability with just making sure that he doesn't have technology because, you know.
Oh, he'll be in the den if he does anything, but all he's going to have, you're not going to flip phone.
You're gonna have like Diddy's.
Yeah,
Didn't just need to, of course.
Oh well.
you're not going to use yours either.
Yeah, no, Matthew, this is like the worst you could possibly do.
Yeah.
I mean, this is evil. This is say, you know, I'm sure your dad talks a lot about like evil, temptation, Satan, all that stuff. This is what the devil would do. And now it's not the devil making you do it. I mean, you're doing it yourself, but
You're giving into the temptation.
well, the problem is there is a temptation for a 12-year-old in the first place. I mean, what do you think it is, Matthew, about 12-year-olds that would make you say this to them? Because if these were messages to a 20-year-old, I wouldn't be here right now, obviously. I mean, what do you think it is about kids that makes you say this stuff to them, dude?
No.
This is important.
No, you're gonna cough up an answer. I'll sit out here all night. I don't care. I got chairs. What is it about that age? Or is it just that it's a girl and you're not worried about her age and it's a girl you can talk to?
Somebody just to talk to.
Okay.
Well, what if she was 8 years old? I mean, at what point is that? At what point?
The point is too young.
Right.
I mean, I understand you and Phoebe are friends because, you know, you do stuff for their family and whatnot. That's different to a point. But what did I tell you? What did I tell you when you said, I think she really likes me? What did I tell you? I said, Matthew, she's 12 and you'll go to prison. Didn't I say that?
Yes.
I didn't tell you that to be cute or funny. I told you that because that's the truth. And I realized you see somebody that likes me and you don't care about the age. Well, guess what? The age is the problem. The age is all the problem.
Mm-hmm.
If she ain't out of high school, you don't talk to them. And what have I told you? If you don't know who they are, you don't talk to them because there's your 12-year-old you've been talking to, Jackie.
And it could be someone that's 12 and saying they're 18. You don't know that in the
Yeah. And you know all these shows that mom likes where like people mysteriously disappear and then they find the bones later? That's how like that happens. I made the mistake in using the phrase, that's how you end up on a milk carton in a fire for like, how'd they get on the milk carton? I was like, never mind.
Yeah.
But this is exactly what we've been talking about.
Yeah, I mean, Matthew, like, do you watch a lot of?
I used to.
You used to? Because there's no way. I mean, right here, if I was you on your bed, I'll make myself nonstop. So you thought it was a 12-year-old, man? I mean, where does that line of thinking come from? Like, how do you know that term? Like, how do you even know this stuff?
Yeah, that's a good question, Matthew.
I had very interesting people in school. I did that
Oh,
stuff.
Okay, school was 5 years ago.
So, hold on. Let me see if I understand this right. So your friends 5 years ago in school said phrases like that, and that you remember, so you can put it down now? You expect me to believe that?
Yes.
What are you watching? Again.
Nothing.
No, not an answer. What are you watching again? They're taking away from the state of Texas, so you're not on unless you're putting out that you're in Los Angeles or whatever, but the internet shouldn't let you do that because you're in the state. What are you watching?
It was just that.
No. What are you watching?
Nothing else.
Matthew? I'm going to get it to my until I get tired.
Yeah, Matthew, they can just look at the search history on your phone. Like, is there any you've watched in the past week?
That's a good question. I like it. And I'm going to change the password too.
Just go to Safari browser. Or is that an iPhone? Yeah.
But it was blocked all that stuff.
Oh, wait. Position name, Google search. Oh, great. You're at Stanford University. Well, there's a sticker that helps.
Can you look up if he's looked up like underage kids or anything like that? Positive name, lady.
On X. Positive. So he was chasing Pring yesterday.
Okay. Texas Railroads.
Scanner. Yeah. That's a house shop we dealt with in Nebraska. Oh, iPhone messages not showing on YouTube.
Yes, you could have the most recent iPhone running the latest iOS update.
Well, I'm going to leave you all with this. I'm going to leave you all with these messages here. Obviously, these are for y'all to keep, but yeah, I really hope y'all go through with making sure he doesn't have access to the internet, because I think it's going to lead to trouble. I mean, he's not going to just instantly stop doing this. I think he can only be stopped. I don't think he is going to stop, but yeah, Matthew, I mean, like, if I see this happening again, which I'm sure will if you have access to the internet, I'm not even going to bother showing up here and talking to you about it. And I'm just going to, well, whatever happens will happen at that point, right? Would it be me doing it, right? So, I appreciate y'all trying to hold him accountable.
I appreciate what you do.
Absolutely.
Really
Thank you.
Yep. Matthew, I'm not going to shake your hand, dude. You don't deserve it right now, but you really need. Maybe I will if you stop doing this. You know, maybe we'll see each other in passing and whatever. But you really need to get. You got to stop, man. I mean, if anything, just stop for your parents. Like, think about them when you do things. Think about that you represent them. Okay. Your dad and mom are not, they don't condone this, but it's, man. So just knock the shit off. Just stop doing it, okay? If you want to talk to all your stupid little bots who are over 18 that are just trying to sell you or whatever, still also, but just do that instead. But when someone tells you that they're underage, do not communicate with them, okay? Because I guarantee you, the next time it happens, it will be me on the other end, it will be somebody else on the other end that I know, or I promise you, the world will come crashing down on you if it happens again.
You know, the female police officer, Westwood ISD? You don't know her. I've worked with her, okay? She was a child expert in Arlington. And that's why she's in this police department in this district over here. Because that's her specialty. Because there's a lot of that goes on with kids right now. It's only gotten worse. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay. So when we were kids, we grew up in Houston. We grew up 4th Street Park.
Yeah, I'm from Houston.
Okay. So there was a guy, John Wayne Gacy, that used to kids.
Yep.
Okay. John Wayne Gacy's out here at Cofield. John Wayne Gacy was outside the gate, and a detective came up from Houston, and he went right into the ward, and he goes, "Why is he outside the gate?" "Well, he's trusting." That's how many don't go outside off of a chain.
Wait, the John Wayne Gacy came here?
Not John Wayne Gacy. Gacy's dead. Elmer Wayne Hensley.
Oh, I haven't heard of him.
Okay. Yeah. So what they used to do is they used to lure kids down to High Island.
Yeah.
Watch them, and they take a thermometer, and they'd hit it with a hammer, and then they buried them all out on High Island. And then one Halloween, Dad in Pasadena gave his kid a pixie stick, and it had poison in it. And he said, "Guess what? We never had as kids. We never had pixie sticks. Nobody ever had a pixie stick in Houston ever again."
Right.
That's what we grew up with. And then all this came on with the internet, all this. But yeah, this will be scrubbed. That'll be scrubbed. Not that it will change anything that's out there.
No, I understand.
Not that it changes your file.
Right.
Or anything like that.
Yeah, no, it just needs to, one way or another, it just needs to stop because, I mean, there's no doubt that, you know, like you said earlier, 9 other kids, and I promise you this was the only one that I know of because we were the ones on it. I have no idea about all the other pictures he sent. That's just something that I heard from him now. And, yeah, man, it's sick. It's sick.
So you have a file running somewhere.
Absolutely.
With their group. And all it takes is that law enforcement we had to know or no. To Tim Creed or to some of the other detectives at PD. And I am not going to lock the door and not keep them in. I'll hand them over to you myself. Because I'm not going to stand for it. And I've told you that before, right?
Yes.
Has your mom told you that before?
Yes.
Okay. And what part of no means no? What part of no do you not understand?
I don't know.
No, that's not an answer. And you're lucky I'm just not out here screaming my head off at you. Because that's just, this is absolute. I mean, if I sit there and I slapped your mom and bruised her face and all that, and all that, this is worse than that. You understand me?
Yes.
And the whole, this is good, this is bad, you know, the peak of goodness and the valley of wrongness, you're way down here underneath the valley.
Yeah.
All your PD friends, the sheriff, everybody we know, I mean, gosh damn, Matthew, who do I not know that's in law enforcement? Who do I not know that's in public service? Gosh damn, I know Texas Rangers. They take your ass and not flinch. There's nothing I can do to stop this.
Yeah.
No, there's no interference I can run.
Absolutely. Those same messages have gotten a lot of people arrested, man.
And just by the grace of God, it's him and not somebody in uniform.
The other website you were asking?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, that's a site.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Trust me, we run calls and people have it up on their TV and we're like, they don't have a basketball game or something we can have up here. Because that's all they do.
Right.
You know.
Well, I'm out of here. But yeah, I definitely don't want to see him online again. But yeah, I mean, sorry this had to happen. But
you know what? I'd rather this happen, and I'll do everything I can to. And I don't mean like, okay, he's gone. Here's your phone. No, I'll be answering your phone for a while.
Do you even recommend any counseling, anything that...
I mean, honestly, like, I think a huge issue, but there frankly isn't change with these people. I'm sorry to tell you, there just isn't.
Part of the problem is he has the same dopamine receptors that crack does, and it's the dopamine rush is what they're going after in a lot of ways.
Could be. I mean, it just has to be a conscious choice for him to just not do this. I mean, I think he's always going to find underage kids enticing, sadly, but there's no such thing as a reform. There's just sadly not. I mean, obviously, I'm sure you all know this isn't the first time we've done this, but I mean, last year we caught a guy in Iowa who did 23 years in prison for a 9-year-old, and he's 71 when he gets out, and he finally figures out Facebook, figures out Telegram and all these other apps, and he just starts messaging our fake 11-year-old account, and we catch him with like over 400 images of child porn. So these people never stop. I mean, jail isn't even a deterrent for them, which is crazy, but yeah, it's just going to take full accountability, man. You just got to stop doing it, which time will tell, right? But, prove me wrong. I think it's going to happen again, but prove me wrong. I mean, your parents can only take your phone away for so long, so.
You know what? Mom and I did damn fine without a cell phone until we were in our 30s.
Oh, at least. They didn't have that many cell phones then.
Oh, even when
and then
we
got
married,
one. We had one, and it went between you and me.
Well, you'll have a good one, and yeah, just it would suck for this to happen again, but.
Well, I'd rather it be you, and.
Yep.
At least get some kind of fighting chance, but.
Right.
It'll be like everything else. It's just it's a lifetime thing you have to fight and work against. And
it is, because as soon as he gets that Facebook profile again, and he will make another one, God, unless y'all check it like every day, it's never an accident when they come across our profile. It's because
because they're looking, and I get that.
Yeah.
But part of the problem is, and I don't know how y'all say that, but part of the problem is I don't have Facebook friends that I don't know.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Right. Exactly.
And my wife would tell you, I know a load of people.
Right.
I mean, I worked in the shuttle recovery for 3 weeks. I know a lot of people out of state with NASA. I know a lot of people in law enforcement, and because I spent 39 and a half years in public service,
right,
and public safety. And the only reason I'm not still there is because I had stage 4 occupational for a second time that forced me to retire in July.
Jeez Louise, man.
All in my sciences. So, this past August, I had 2 big surgeries that knocked me to the ground pretty hard. And the recovery from this surgery is 6 months to 2 years. But I didn't spend all that time doing what I did, and I loved it, and I felt like I was talking to you. Raise a my house. Here in Civil. Maybe we should call your brother I should call your brother and tell him that he's a brother to a farmer and see what he thinks. Do you remember the time that your phone started barking and you could not understand why your phone was barking like a dog during dinner?
Your phone or computer, one of the two?
No, it was his iPad. No, I think it was his iPad. Because your brother put a program on there when you had looked at something you weren't supposed to. There was a dog barking. And that was to tell me and Mom.
That was on my
Huh?
I was on the phone.
Okay. You remember that?
Kind of.
Yeah. So this has been going on for a while, huh?
No.
Because your brother hasn't lived here for 6 years? Between college and getting married?
At least 4.
Huh?
4.
Just 4?
After college, 2 in Houston and 2 in...
Oh, so 8 years. So,
Anyone.
This has been going on for a while, right?
No.
Well, guess what? I'm getting ready to do everything in my power to make sure you don't do this. Everything in my power. And I have some things I can do, but you know what? I thought you were at least mentally an 18-year-old where you can sit there and be trusted. Obviously not. Obviously not.
Well.
So we'll get on it.
Thank you. My real name's Alex, by the way. Usually I don't tell people that for my safety, but I trust you all, so.
So, Alex, I appreciate it. If you need me for anything, holler out. If you need anything at all, I've got a lot of contacts that, might even could help y'all and whatnot. But,
okay.
Yeah, we'll.
Just please hold them accountable. That's all we can.
Being accountable is not an issue. It's just knowing that it's happening because when's the last time I checked this phone? 2 weeks ago? Maybe?
Yeah. No, it wasn't longer than that.
No, it hadn't been, but there's been...
Somehow or another he's hiding.
Oh, trust me. Scrubbed is not even a good enough word for what's getting ready to happen. So, and yeah, we'll keep him plenty busy.
Thank you so much.
And he'll be tired every night when he goes to sleep.
Good. Well, y'all take care. Matthew, get your shit together, man.
Thanks so much for what you do.
Thank you.
Well, that was fun.
That was interesting. Just head to Palestine PD. I'm gonna spare the parents having the cops here, and plus I don't think they'd arrest on the spot for this anyway. Yeah.
Turn in our findings to the police department here. He did mention that he was talking to who he thought was a 12-year-old that we were posing as, and he sent pictures and wanted to have sex with her and all that stuff. And he also told me in person, I did go and talk to him, that he's sent pictures to probably 9 other kids. But we just want to turn over what we have and see what y'all want to do with it. Oh, like 10 minutes ago. It's Alex Rosen, ALEX, last name is ROSEN. Alright, what's up, guys? Be sure to join locals in the pin comment. Over 100 videos, early and uncensored. We're about to turn in the stuff to an officer, see what they want to do with it, but we'll see. It's Anderson County, Texas, so we're not feeling excited, but let's see what happens. Yeah, yeah, right. So
you want to go ahead and talk?
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
All right, what's up, guys? We just turned our evidence to the Palestine Police Department here. Just interviewed with the corporal there, and he's gave a place to turn it all in, so let's hope they do something with it. But yeah, police presence, as you see right there. All right, we're at the police station. Does that say police right there?
Yes.
Okay, and police, so is that a badge?
It looks like it.
So is it fair to say that's law enforcement presence in the video?
It says 911.
Yep, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. So, yes, sir, we're here to turn this in right here, okay? We're turning in evidence of a potential crime that was committed, and we're doing it with the police right here, okay? Just let me know when that gets to like a minute and 10 seconds so we can just make sure it's in the video. Oh, does it say police headquarters right there?
It does.
So that's in this video though, right? So is that not police presence?
Oh, there's another one over there.
Really? Let's go look at it. Wow. Look at all the police presence right there. I mean, that's law enforcement, isn't it? And would you say cops are part of law enforcement? No, they're not.
Oh,
do you work for YouTube? I'd say cops are part of law enforcement.
Yeah,
okay,
I do.
two to one.
Yeah.
2 to 1. So So therefore that's law enforcement presence. That's in line with YouTube's TOS. So anyway, please sub to Rumble and join us on Local so we don't have to do this ridiculous stuff anymore. I'm sick of using this platform. My God, sub to Rumble in the pinned comment. We're gonna go turn it in actually now. Wow. Zoom in on it. Rafilos. Filos, guys. Are those all law enforcement officers? And they're in the video?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Remember, we gotta put them in the video. What about this for these like police badges?
I think so.
These are fines.
Wow. Okay, for you. Okay. The cop companies filmed for
Easter eggs?
We travel around the country posing as like minors online, and online message us from across the country. We're from Houston, but we just travel all over doing this. And there was an individual by the name of messaging us who he believed to be a 13-year-old girl. He said he wants to have sex with her, have fun with her and her friend, and get a hotel room. He never followed through with that, but he was just very in the messages. And he said he's talked to other minors online before, and he said that he's on this app called Telegram where he's receiving links to what seemed to be buying pictures of minors and stuff like that. But that's all he would say about Telegram. But we interviewed him at his home, and he admitted to sending all of these messages that were like sexual in nature to who he thought was his kid. And yeah, we just want to turn those and don't do anything about it.
If you want to get ad-free access of our rawest, unedited, and uncensored catches, exclusive live streams, and behind-the-scenes phone calls, join our locals for the low price of just $10 a month. And don't forget to get yourself something new like our exclusive Air Gordon t-shirt, only on PredatorPoachers.com.